Auricchio. I'm a Middlesex Borough Police Officer and your school resource officer. I'm here to answer some of your questions. One of the biggest challenges that we face in our job is when we try and explain the law to somebody and have to advise them that there's certain things that they're not allowed to do by law. And it becomes particularly challenging when the person is emotionally involved, for example, during an incident of domestic violence. Sometimes we as humans, as police officers, can see how that person ended up in the situation, but we still have a job to do and enforce the law. Fortunately for me, the process to become a police officer was pretty quick. I would say from start to finish, by the time I first applied to become enrolled in the alternate route program until the time I got hired was about 8 to 10 months. However, I do know a lot of individuals who have been trying to go through the process for years. So the way that you become a police officer, particularly in the state of New Jersey, is that you have to complete your core education. So you have to go to grammar school, middle school, and high school. Then most departments, depending on whether they're civil service or they hire from a chief's test, have different requirements. The basic requirements are either 2 years of college for an associate's degree, or 2 years of college and 2 years of military, or 4 years of college with a bachelor's degree. So one thing I think that a lot of people are often surprised to find is that if you do want to be a police officer, there's no specific thing that you have to major in college. Actually, being diverse and bringing something different to the table makes you a really valuable candidate because you have other skills that you can offer to a department. It sounds corny, and most people say the same thing, but I really do want to help people, and that was a huge deciding factor in me becoming a police officer. I wish that the students knew that officers are approachable, and if you just take a minute to talk to us, we would love to talk back with you. And also, I would encourage you that even if you or someone you know has had a bad experience with one officer, you give other officers a chance and get to know them. I do have some hobbies that I enjoy. I like cooking. I love to entertain. I love having people over and hosting. I like boating, and I really like traveling, specifically going on cruises. There are a lot of professions that are surrounding the law enforcement profession, but not specifically officers themselves. So within our department, we have some civilian employees in the roles of administrative assistants and records clerks. But some other things and jobs that I could think of that we deal with often would be people in the medical profession, doctors and nurses, also individuals from the medical examiner's office, so coroners. A lot of times when we're dealing with things like shoplifting, we rely on the help of security officers from different stores. And we also work with people like the court staff or people from the municipal offices, such as the clerk and the tax collector, code enforcer, things like that. One way that I like to help the community is simply by providing them with knowledge. I might give them some advice or some resources that they didn't previously have. Who isn't a fan of donuts? My favorite donut is a chocolate frosted with sprinkles, and right now I'm a really big fan of a sweet foam cold brew. But actually, I wanted to just fill you guys in on a fact about that. So years ago, when officers were on patrol, there weren't a lot of businesses that were open overnight. Some of those businesses that were donut shops and convenience stores. So there could be a number of reasons that officers would stop there. One, to provide security. if an officer is at a business, then criminals don't want to come there and commit crimes. 2, maybe the officer just had to use the restroom. Or 3, maybe they were hungry. So there are a ton of ways that you can schedule a meeting with me. If you see me in person, you can talk to me. You can email me at the school or at my work. You can call me at school or at the police department. You can also go through an administrator or a counselor to meet with me, or simply slide a note under my door. But if there's something that's emergent and I'm not immediately available, go to the nearest adult and they will get you in contact with me.